Military cooperation is another pillar. Intelligence sharing, armaments and aerospace industries all feature in discussions. As an example, Tusk references Poland's recent purchase of Airbus A320s, aircraft tied directly to Canadian manufacturing in Quebec. He highlights decades of Canadian-Polish collaboration in aerospace, including engine production in Poland. Summing up, Tusk calls the partnership clear, without the need for repeated declarations. The future, he insists, is bright for both nations. With that, he hands the microphone to Prime Minister Karnej. Karnej begins warmly, calling it a pleasure to be back in Warsaw, a city he describes as constantly growing and inspiring. He reflects on his history with Donald Tusk, recalling their first meetings during Tusk's tenure as President of the European Council. It was then, Karnej notes, that Tusk stressed values like freedom, solidarity and unity, principles that resonate again in today's challenging times. The Canadian leader reminds listeners of shared history, Canadian and Polish troops fighting side by side in World War II, Canada being the first to ratify Poland's NATO membership, and both nations now serving shoulder to shoulder in Latvia. He underscores Poland's vital role as the transit hub for 90% of Ukraine's aid and weapons, acknowledging the country's unique frontline position in Europe's defence. In French, Karnej points to Canada's contributions, more than 4,000 Ukrainian troops trained by Canadian armed forces over the years. He pledges that Canada will not only continue, but intensify its commitment, promising to quadruple defence spending by the end of the decade. The message is clear. Canada intends to be a central partner in Europe's security architecture. Karnej then turns to energy and industry. He praises cooperation on small modular reactors, renewables, aerospace and critical minerals. He points specifically to the Airbus partnership, Canadian technology embedded at the heart of European aviation.